Welcome to today's sleep challenge video. Today, we're going to learn about the position to sleep in. And there's a lot of controversy about this, believe it or not. It depends if you're an anti-aging person, but even then, do you want to look good or live a long time? And what if you want to do both? Here's the weirdness. A huge percentage of people have sleep apnea. It is a much bigger problem than is diagnosed. And if you snore a lot, you're going to hear about it from your partner. You might even see it in the apps on your phone, like in Sleep Space. And snoring is a problem, and you can fix snoring very, very quickly. The way you do this is sleep on your side. So you would just turn onto your right side. What? You're going to tell me what side to sleep on, Dave? Yeah, I am. Because there's studies that show that people who sleep on their right side live longer than on their left side. Why would that be? Because your heart's on the left. You sleep on your right side, your heart's up higher, and it does an easier job of pumping. At least that's what we believe. There's just one problem. If you sleep on your right side all the time, the right side of your face will become smushed, and people who've been on the show who talk about skin will say, well, you're going to get vertical wrinkles on that side of your face if you always sleep on your side. I will tell you, you can hack the wrinkles, but you still need quality sleep. Sleep on your right side if you have any problem with snoring. There's t-shirts you can buy on Amazon that have a tennis ball sewn in the back, or you can sew a tennis ball in your own t-shirt if you feel so motivated. Why would you do that? I've never had to do that. If you toss and turn in your sleep, if you move onto your back, which makes you go and start snoring, well, then you would want something that makes it uncomfortable. So in your sleep, you'll roll back onto your side. And that's the cheapest, easiest hack there ever was for that. If you decide to do it, post about it, you'll laugh and your spouse will love you for it. Now, what if you wanted to sleep on your back and you had a problem with snoring? Well, there is a hack for that. And it's something that will completely change your life if you don't mind looking super absurd. Let me demonstrate. This is something called lip seal tape. You can use any sort of open pore cloth tape for this. I'll put a link to the actual thing I'm using here. Check this out. Do I sound like Kenny from South Park? I was really trying. So you can tell this isn't very much adhesive, but you cannot snore if your mouth is closed at night. And you're saying, but Dave, I couldn't breathe through my nose. Get this. This comes from the Buteyko breathing technique, and Patrick McCown has been on the show and talked about this at length. You have a reflex to open up your sinuses when your mouth is closed, and most of us learn to breathe through our mouth during the day, which isn't very good for you. So I do this at night quite a lot. Even if I don't do it though, if I sleep on my side or on my back, my snoring is under 2 minutes per night. It used to be an hour per night. That's a huge shift. Well, one thing you do, you sleep with a bite guard, and I will just tell you right now, follow the link on the page and I'll recommend something on Amazon, or you can go to your nearest drugstore if you want to expose yourself to a drugstore, and you can pick up a bite guard. Wow, you're saying, I don't grind my teeth at night. Yes, you do. You just don't do it very much. And lowering the height of your jaw, according to another interview, makes a huge difference in sleep quality. It also can help to prevent apnea or just snoring. And there's also a type of bite guard you can get that's not prescription that stops your lower jaw from falling back. So if you want to look pretty when you go to sleep, lay on your back and have a bite guard that keeps your jaw from falling back, because you'll snore if your jaw falls back. Or just sleep on your right side and don't worry about it. You'll have a few wrinkles. Should you never sleep on your left side? No. If you only sleep on your right side, you'll get lopsided eventually. But favor your right side. You're going to toss around at night anyway, but it's not the end of the world. So tonight, if you regularly sleep on your back, try sleeping on your side. If you regularly sleep on your side, you could try your back, but honestly, you might want to try the lip seal tape or a night guard, bite guard that stops you grinding and also stops your jaw from falling back, because you do not want to snore. Ask your partner or look at the various apps to see what your snoring looks like, because you may be surprised. And if you really are having a hard time with snoring, there are now procedures that cost about between $800 and $1,000, where they take a low temperature laser and you open your mouth and they stick a thing in your mouth, and they use on your soft palate in the back a laser that causes the collagen to tighten up, and that stops snoring for most people. So you go to basically someone who would do topical skin enhancements. There's a podcast with Rachel Varga. I'll put a link to that in the notes for this in this email today. where you can listen to that side of things. I think it's called Snorlaze or something like that. But you could consider a laser treatment before you have an actual surgery for apnea. But really, most of us don't need that. What we need to do is sleep on our side, because then you won't be snoring and because your circulation works better. The other thing you can do, this is a one-time, very inexpensive change that will probably make you live longer. And this hack comes from my book, Game Changers. If you were to elevate the height of the head of your bed by about 6 inches, your odds of getting Alzheimer's disease and all sorts of other circulatory conditions goes way down. Like, seriously, Dave? Yeah, there's good research out of Germany. And my friends at Samina Bed came up and shared this research with me on the podcast, and it's in the book. Now, Samina beds are kind of the Rolls-Royce of beds. They're exceptionally expensive, but they're the best wool from properly treated sheep, and there's no metal in them, and they're just works of art, basically. A lot of my friends sleep on a Samina bed, and if you're interested, here's a link to Samina, and I think I've got a discount code for you there, but these are not something that most of us are going to end up sleeping on. They're very nice. I'm going to talk about some other very affordable options for mattresses, because that matters for you as well. But if you want the crazy, crazy highest end, I highly recommend that. But the research that they came up with is where I wanted to go with this. And the research there shows you put a couple bricks. You can go to the hardware store. You can go to Amazon. There's these bed risers. I'll put a link to those in there for you too. And you do this one time, and your bed will be at a slight angle like this. And it's easier for your brain to dump all of those toxins because gravity helps instead of just the lymphatic system. It's so elegant. It's so simple. And that can also help with your snoring. And you might as well do it. Like, let's turn it on. You got to do that. That one's just such a easy, simple hack. You'll feel weird the first couple of days because your bed's at this angle, and then it just feels natural. I really prefer sleeping at an angle like that. All animals sleep with their head uphill when they have a chance. If it's not perfectly flat, they do it. And humans who go camping also know that too. You never sleep with your head down. You want a flat surface or slightly up. That's just how we're wired. All right, that was a ton of info for you. I want you to share your comments and your thoughts in the Facebook group. I'll be there, or the team will be there, or probably both of us. I'm pretty excited about this. I'm really personally doing a lot of this just because I care a lot. I've been wanting to put this down and share with you for a long time. So tell me what you think. Tell me the changes that you found and whether you found something to hike your bed up. It's pretty easy. You can even do it with books if you need to. Just don't do it with my books because you need to be reading those, okay? Have a great day. I'll see you on Facebook.